Welcome to NFT Battle Miners. In this video, we will take a look at exchange and liquidity pools, what they are, how they work and how to use them. First, let's take a look at how traditional stock markets work. A market is a place where people who want to sell a particular good meet people willing to buy this particular good. Those two entities are respectively called sellers and buyers. When people want to buy or sell goods, instead of directly contacting each other and wasting days, they can all write down in a common book what they would like to buy or sell and at which price they would like to do so. This book is called an order book. Anyone can use it at any time to write his request, and this book keeps track of all the orders. This book is really easy to use. Sellers go on the upper part, buyers go on the bottom part. The book contains at least 3 columns. In the first column, people can put the price at which they would like to buy or sell a particular good. In the second column, they put the quantity that they would like to buy or sell, and the book automatically calculates the total value of the order in the last column. For instance, if a player wants to sell 5 units of Fusium for 2 wax each, his order will be worth 10 wax. If another trader wants to sell some Fusium for cheaper, like 1.8 wax per unit, his order will be positioned below the sell order at 2 wax. Thereby, sell orders are sorted by value. The cheapest sell orders are the one located closest to the middle line. The same logic applies for the buy orders. If we take a look at Alcor, one of the main exchange on which NBM is operating, we can see the order book for Fusium and wax on the left. All the buy orders and sell orders are organized as previously described. First, we can see the price at that which people are ready to buy or sell Fusium, then the amount that they want to sell or buy and the total value of the order. And all the orders are organized as we previously saw. The sell orders are located on the upper part while the buy orders are located on the bottom part. And those orders are organized in a way that the cheapest buy or sell orders are closer to the middle line. Anyone willing to buy or sell Fusium at a particular price can use the menu located at the bottom right corner to place its order. Those orders are called limit trades since they are only performed when the price, called limit, is reached. Now, let's try to sell some Fusium. First, we will take a look at the order book and especially the sell section. In this case, we can see that the cheapest seller is offering some Fusium for 0.000094 wax. The next order is at 94.89. Let's place an order between those two. In the Sell Fusium section, we will first set up our price at 94.85. Then, we will input how much Fusium we want to sell. Finally, let's click on the Sell NBM Fusium button and let's validate the transaction in our wallet. If we refresh the page, we can now see that our order has been placed. The same logic applies for buying. Now, we just need to wait. If a player is in a hurry and needs resource immediately, he can use the market trade option. This option allows players to buy or sell at the first available price. Let's take a quick example. If, for instance, we are ready to spend 1000 wax to buy some Fusium right now, we can input this number and click on Buy. The system will automatically fill up as many sell orders as required until we spend our 1000 wax, starting with the cheapest sell orders. First, we will be automatically buying 111,288 units of Fusium for a total of 10.46 wax. Since we didn't fully spend our 1000 wax yet and we bought all the Fusium this seller has to offer, we will move on to the next seller. We will then be buying 10 units of Fusium for almost no wax. Then, we will keep moving up until we fully spend our wax. Thereby, when a trader performs a market trade, he sells or buys from multiple traders at the best price until his order is completed. And this is how conventional trading with book order works. However, this system is highly inefficient. As we saw, most of the time, buyers and sellers do not agree on the price of a resource. For instance, if we didn't decide to spend our 1000 wax at the market price, we can see that the most generous seller is only ready to sell at 0.000094 wax, while the most generous buyer is only ready to offer 0.000077 wax. A general rule is that sellers want to sell the resource for as much as they can while buyers want to pay as little as possible. In this situation, no order is executed. Buyers must wait for a seller to decrease its selling price. Conversely, sellers have to wait for a buyer ready to offer more. If buyers and sellers don't want to agree on a price, the market is not moving and the development of a game can slow down. Sellers don't get the wax that they could have used to buy NFTs, buyers don't get the resources that they need to upgrade their operations. This aspect makes order books highly inefficient since both buyers and sellers have to wait a lot before getting their trades done, especially since multiple order books are needed to cover all the possible token pairs such as Wax Actium, Wax Fusium, etc. This is why people came up with an alternative to order books called Liquidity Pool. With liquidity pools, anyone can buy or sell assets no matter the price, no matter the time of the day, and no matter if there is a seller or a buyer present to meet the current needs. A liquidity pool is a pool of money which contains two assets, for instance Wax and Fusium. The pool is controlled by smart contracts and a constant function market maker, often called AMM, that will do all the maths to be sure that both assets are constantly available. Anyone can participate in the pool. To enter, you need to give an exact ratio of 50-50 for both resources. It means that if you want to invest $10 into the Wax Fusium pool, you must give $5 worth of Wax and $5 worth of Fusium. But why is it so important to have a ratio of 50-50? Let's take a simple example. Let's imagine that a farmer wants to trade some apples with another farmer who cultivates bananas. They both agree to put 10 units of their product into a pool. They decide that it would be a nice idea to set up a number which represent their pool. To do so, they multiply the number of the first asset, the apples, by the number of the second asset, the bananas. So, the number for their pool is equal to 10 times 10, or 100. Most importantly, they agree that this value, 100, which represents their pool, should never change, no matter what. Now, let's imagine that a third farmer wants to join the pool. He really needs to exchange some of his bananas for apples. He adds 3 bananas to the pool in order to get some apples. The question is, how many apples should farmer 3 receive knowing that he put 3 bananas in the pool? To answer, let's look at the pool. On one side, we know that we have 13 bananas. On the other side, we don't really know how many apples should be in the pool since the farmer 3 will be taking some. But we know that the value of the pool must always be equal to 100. Solving this problem is really easy. The only option for the pool to remain equal to 100 is if the number of apples is equal to 100 divided by 13, or 7.69. Thus, we need to remove 2.31 apples from the pool for the system to work. Hence, for giving 3 bananas to the pool, the farmer received 2.31 apples from the pool. In other terms, the farmer swapped 3 bananas for 2.31 apples. And this is exactly how liquidity pools work and how AMM keep the system balanced. If you simply want to swap tokens, you can use our in-game functions located in the wallet section. In this section of our wallet, you will also find links to perform various swaps directly in your wallet or on the Alcor platform. If you prefer to use the Alcor platform, the button is located on the upper menu. Once there, simply choose the 2 currencies that you would like to swap, for instance, Fusium and Constructium. But, keep in mind that swapping tokens is not free. There is always a small fee associated with each swap. The money collected is later distributed amongst people maintaining the pool, also called liquidity providers. If you want to become a liquidity provider and contribute to a pool, use the pool button located on the top menu on Alcor. Here, you will be able to create your position. Click on New Position, then, select the pool in which you would like to contribute. For that, select 2 tokens, for instance, Minium and Constructium. Once done, the info regarding the pool with those 2 tokens will automatically appear. First, you need to decide how much you want to invest in the pool. As we previously saw, for liquidity pools to work, you need to invest both resources at a ratio of 50-50. In this case, if we invest 1,000 units of Fusium, we will need to invest its equivalent in Constructium. Like with the example with apples and bananas that we saw earlier, the AMM is automatically calculating for us which amount of resource need to be injected to keep the value of the pool constant. Once done with the price, on the upper part, you can choose the fees that you would like to receive when people are performing swaps using your tokens. In a liquidity pool, the fees collected are split by liquidity providers proportional to their contribution to liquidity reserves. For instance, if a liquidity pool contains 1,000 units of Fusium and a liquidity provider provided 100 units of Fusium, he virtually owns 10% of the pool. Thus, he will receive 10% of the fees. But his share can change if a new liquidity provider joins the pool and inject more. So, it is important to always keep an eye on your share of a pool when you are a liquidity provider. You can do it by going into the Achievements section on the Leaderboard tab. Also, one of the main issues with liquidity pools is that, conversely to order books, they don't allow traders to choose at which price their tokens will be swapped. If you remember the section on order books, we saw that each trader can manually input the price at which he would like to buy or sell tokens. This is why the Alcor platform came up with an innovative alternative to offer liquidity providers the option to choose when their tokens should be used or not. When creating a position, this menu is located on the right. When we decided to provide 1,000 units of Minium to the pool, the AMM automatically calculated that we should also provide 257.6 units of Constructium. So, the ratio Constructium over Minium is currently equal to 0.257. This value is represented by a white line on the chart. As we saw, this ratio is influenced by people swapping. If people keep swapping Minium for Constructium, the quantity of Minium in the pool will increase while the quantity of Constructium will decrease. Since the value of the pool must remain the same, the ratio between the two tokens will vary and Constructium will become more and more expensive. Alcor offers some options to play around this ratio and determine when your tokens should be used. For instance, if you want your tokens to be used no matter what, click on Infinity Range. However, if you want your tokens to be used on a particular limit around the current ratio, or even on a custom ratio, you can set up your own rules. Once ready, click on the Add Liquidity button and your position will be created. Your tokens will then be used by people swapping Minium and Constructium, and you will start collecting fees. But keep in mind that your tokens will only be used in the interval you specified. If you want to get back your tokens and collect your fees, you can click on the Manage button located next to your position, then click on Remove Liquidity and claim fees. You will then collect the ratio of tokens you initially put in the pools along with the fees associated with your share of the pool. This action can be performed at any time, even few seconds after creating your position. This is why, before creating strong positions, we encourage you to test the liquidity pool system with small amounts of tokens, like we just did in this video. And in this example, we only use the Minium to Constructium pool. Don't forget that there is a pool for each token pair. Finally, you should know that while liquidity pools greatly help to maintain the tokenomics of NBM, they also come with risks. One of the main risks associated with liquidity pools is called impermanent loss, which occurs when the price of one token in the pool changes significantly compared to the other token. This can result in liquidity providers losing value compared to holding the tokens on their own. There are many examples online, and if you understood how liquidity pools work, you will quickly grasp the concept of impermanent loss. Also, don't forget to take a look at our Discord along with our achievements section. We offer many rewards to people participating in liquidity pools. That's it for now. Thanks for watching this video. We hope you learned a few things and we look forward to seeing you in the game.